Hey, I'm Ashley, and this is for Dizzy Birds. Today's video will be our third mini Monday of February, and we've got hopefully a lot of challenges to complete. I'm also going to update you on what we did with our Valentines and some of the cute gifts that I got. So, if you want to see if we finished any challenges today, go ahead and stick around. Grab your favorite drink, your favorite snack, and let's be Monday. I am hoping that you had a wonderful weekend and a great start to your week. A happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate Valentine's Day. We did, my husband and I actually, our anniversary, our wedding anniversary is the weekend of Valentine's. It's actually February 11th. But when we got married, we eloped to Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and got married what would have been the closest weekend to Valentine's. So we kind of see Valentine's and our anniversary sort of together. So we always celebrate that as one. So that was fun. I also wanted to, so what we did was we went out to eat. We had a lunch at a Mexican restaurant, which is always my favorite. And then he took me to two new bookstores that I didn't even know were in town. They were both kind of fantasy or romance bookstores. I didn't even know those existed. So that's probably bad news, honestly, that I now know that they're there. But we got a couple of things. I got me a really cool book nook. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but they're like little puzzles, sort of like Lego puzzle like things that you put on your library shelves and they light up and they're really cute. If I think about it, I'll put a picture. I put mine together on Sunday, but I'll put a picture up there to show you what it looks like. But it was just really a little fun activity to sit and kind of zone out and put that together. I've been wanting a book nook, and now I'm kind of addicted. So hopefully, I don't just go out and buy all the book nooks that I can find. We also found, and I know some of my budgeting friends will appreciate this, at one of those two shops, which is kind of a husband wife shop called Knight's Nook in Yukon. I just absolutely love the store, but they had kind of a combination of stuff for gamers like my husband, D&D and stuff. And so they had these beautiful sets of dice. And I know my budgeting friends will appreciate a good new set of dice. And this one has diamonds on the inside. And I just thought that was super pretty. So I'm probably going to switch out some of my dice today and play with some of my new ones. So we have our diamond ones here, and they're not coming out very good. Oh, there they go. And then so those are just absolutely beautiful. Kind of got blue and then a diamond in there. So you can definitely use that D6 and that D4. Ooh, there's a D8, D10, and a D12, even if a D20 in there. So let me get all my little dice. I have so many dice, and this isn't even all of them. But we'll put our D20 and our percentage die there. And I'm going to switch out probably some of those things so that I have all of my favorite dice here in one place. Let's see. We're going for pinks and purples because we love that. And then a little diamonds. So my little collection's getting pretty thick now. And then the other set that I found that I couldn't say no to was kind of this purple one with gold. It's very like cosmos colored. I thought that was, and they're really easy to read, especially that D4. I think I'm going to switch out that D4 there for this one. And then there's a D20. That one's really easy to read. And then a D8 and a D10 and the good old D6. So, yep, lots of fun new stuff there. Always love a new set of dice. And is it even possible to have too many dice? Probably, but we're not going to talk about that. But so we found those two, and that was a lot of fun. So between that and the book nook, and then when I got home, my little one, Finn, you guys know Finn, he had made me something and then wanted to do a scavenger hunt through the house for me to find it, which I thought was just super cute. So he gave me 3 clues and then showed me this, or I found this, which was this adorable little Lego set of flowers and butterflies in a little watering can. And I just love flowers and plants and things. So it was just the perfect little gift. I'm going to leave it here for our video today, and then I'm going to take it to my office to put it at work. So I'm going to have to find a little home for that. Okay, so it was a great Valentine's Day / anniversary. Had a great weekend. I hope the same for you. Let me know what you all did down below. But today is about our mini Monday. It is our third mini Monday of the month. So we will be seeing if we finish any challenges. We're going to do our month ahead binder first, though. We are getting so close on this one. It is so fun to watch this come together. I know a lot of you are following the progress on this. We're getting a month ahead on 10 of our monthly bills, and we have gotten, it looks like, 7 of the 10 done, and we are working on 8, 9, and 10 still. So typically when we start, we play with $30 every week. The only time we put anything extra in here is at the end of the month if we have some minis or tinies that are allocated to it. So all $30 is now being put into the last 3. And when we roll over the $3 from the previously finished ones, then we add that to the next envelope. So we are now putting $24 a week into this one here, which is our City of OKC. This is our water and trash. And so it's just going to get a full $24. And what we'll do here is we will add this in and then count it up. And I might actually condense this down a little bit. But so far, out of the 180, which is our goal, we have 120, 40, 150, 155, 57, 59, 61, 63, 65, and 67. So 167. Let's see here. Bet you we could trade this in for another 20 just to keep this envelope nice and condensed down. So that would make that 167. So this one's going to have 167 out of the 180. So as you can see, we are getting very, very close. So 167 divided by 9, which is how much each icon is, means we should have 18 icons colored in. This is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we have 3 more to go this week. So that is really exciting. 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll get those colored in, and you can see just how close we are to finishing this category. And then if we hit the end of the month and we are not already done, actually, let's see, we have 1 more week of just regular mini Mondays, so we will probably, yes, we will finish this category next week. So a little bit of a spoiler alert there, but in just case, you can do the math on that. And then we will get to start working on heavier on the other remaining 2 categories. So 167 of 180 is complete for that. Now for the remaining 2 categories, what we're going to do is just put our normal $3. So every other envelope gets $3. Let's see where we are. All right. Turn that the right direction. So far, our goal for this one, this is our storage unit for our camper, 20, 40, 60, 70, 72, 73, 74, and 75 even of the 200. And with 75, each icon being 10, I don't actually have to use the calculator, so real proud of myself there. $10 means we should have 7 finished icons, and so that means we're not going to be coloring anything in today. That's okay. As you know, we're going to be finishing that other category very soon, and this one's going to start growing really fast. And then our final category here is our cell phones, which is the biggest one that we're working towards right now. Is $360 a month for our cell phone bill because we have a lot of family members who are on our account. That's the amount. So it's just a bit of a big bill. So far, we should have the same amount: 20, 40, 60, 70, 72, 73, 74, and 75. 75. Each icon is 18. I don't think we are coloring anything in. Nope, it says we should have 4 icons colored in, and that is what we got. So nothing to color in there. But as you can see, we've been working on this for a while. This is a slow progress, but it is definitely progress. And once it starts snowballing, it starts moving a lot faster. And of course, once we finish this, we'll be 1 month ahead on these 10 household bills, and we won't stop there. We will start over with another, either going to 2 months on those bills, or we might adjust which bills we're saving for. But we will not stop that. That has been just the most rewarding process for our getting month ahead. Okay, so month ahead is taken care of for this week. We now need to go into our good old minis binder, this beautiful white binder here that we've had with us for a while. We're going to get our money out. Every week we save $50. Currently, that's the amount that we have to put towards this. So we're going to put our 5s over here, because those are just our buyback 5s. They help us keep our envelopes condensed. And then we have the rest of our money here, including our Share the Love 2. So we're going to set that aside for just a second. And I'm going to move our beautiful little flowers here so that we have enough room to put the envelopes out. All right, so we have 8 categories for our minis that we are currently working towards. Set that aside. And let's see, let's remind ourselves what we've got. So in spot number 1 this week is Celebrations Binder. Then we have our debt payment. Our 3rd spot is going to go to Eating Out. That one is always depleted. 4th spot is going to go to Month Ahead. So just like you saw in that binder, if we end up finishing at the end of the month, any challenges that are allocated to Month Ahead will get to be a boost in the Month Ahead binder. 5 is 2026 challenges. 7 is our buffer. I'm sorry, that's 6. Yeah, 5, 6. 7 is self-care, and 8 is the little birds. Okay, so how we do this, we do it a little bit different every week just to keep things spicy and fun. But we always start with putting a $2 bill on every category. So that's why I call these Share the Love 2s. Basically meaning that no matter what the dice does or how we play the game, every challenge each week gets at least a little bit of progress. So $2 each there. The rest is just in single ones here in our prop dollars. And we can either just go 1 through 8 and put the number of bills down that we want to put down. How about we play it a little bit different this time? Let's get our new 8-sided dice. Here it is, our purple one. And let's do 2 bills for each spot that it tells us to go to. So that's 5. So that puts it right here. So we will put $2 right there. And we'll play it a little bit different this week. Okay, so that I would say that's an 8. Yeah, so it's been a good start to the week. It was a great weekend. Hoping the same for you all. That's a 6. I don't know why I have such trouble with 6 and 7. Been doing a little bit of reading. I told y'all when I first started up the January goals that I was going to start talking a little bit more about my books and kind of my love for books. But I would love to know down below, would you be curious to know what I'm reading? Do you have interest in me sharing kind of that side of my life with you? I would love to share the books I'm reading. I will tell you they're a specific genre. Mostly romantasy, a little bit of like just regular romance, but mostly fantasy romances. So it might not be for everybody. Okay, see, now the dice is messing with us. Let's see. Let's get a different one, because I feel like that dice is just not being very fair. Okay, no, it still just wants to do 5. But you can see why we do to Share the Love 2s, because these 3 have gotten no love whatsoever. Yep, that's the way the dice played us this week. That's just awful. Okay, all right. See, we'll keep it spicy. We never know what it's going to do. That is definitely why I like to do those twos. But yeah, if you guys would be interested, I know there's several creators here on YouTube that also talk about books or have the love of books, and I kind of want to join in because as it's a huge part of my. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of free time, but when I have free time, what I'm doing is reading, and I love books, and I'm gonna start designing things that kind of align that. You see some of that in my shop now. But I would love to talk books with those of you who are interested. So just kind of curious if you feel like that's something I should add. Okay, little birds, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and $8 this week for little birds, which is and we have an extra dollar here, so we actually have 9. And you know what? We only needed 8. 2, 4, 6, and 8. So yay! We are going to complete, and we will have one in our buffer. So let me color in these super cute little goldfishes. Speaking of bookish creators, this one comes from Bookish Mama Budgets. And I would think that by her name, and if you watch her channel, you would know she also is a big fan of books. So I just, love the channels that do talk about books or have a love for books. I love challenges and things that have to do with books and literary characters and things like that. So just gonna lean into that a little bit more. But I thought it might be fun if I could share with you maybe once a week or some kind of regularity what I'm reading if you're interested in the same kind of books that I'm reading, and I can give you my opinions or my review on those. But just, fair warning, they are like fantasy and fantasy romance. That's pretty much the genre that I stay in. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to do a buyback 5 there. And then 3 more. Let's see. Oh, look, there we can do one more 5 so that we have a nice even number and easy to count. So we finally finished this one. This one's been around for a bit. For little birds, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Well, it says it's supposed to save 36. So what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 2. So this is 3 times 5. That's 15. 15 times 2. Oh, is 30. So that's okay. It's just got the wrong number on there. So we saved $30 here. Let me mark that so I don't end up confusing myself later. This is actually $30. Yeah, 3 times 5 is 15. 15 times 2, that's 30. Okay. All right. Had this one for a long time and super cute. Makes me think of my littlest one who loves goldfish. And now he has another $30 in his little bird's account. Okay, we're gonna ring that bell for a completed challenge, and we have $1 here left over for the buffer. So let's move on to the next one. This was one that didn't get much love. It's $2 going to self-care, and these come from Becca Cam Budget. These little capybara hearts. So we'll go ahead and color in 2 there. We are getting close. Maybe next week. Maybe next week it'll get a little more love. All right, and it looks like 2. We can take this 2 and these 3 ones and get down there to a buyback 5. And so far for this one, for self-care, we've saved $5, $10, and $15. $15 so far, and it will hang around one more week. Okay, up next is Buffer. Buffer got a total of 2, 3, and 4. Let's see what we have in here. Oh, our little hedgehog and hearts. It is getting very close as well. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see. Yep, we have another buyback 5 right there we can grab that up, and we'll have $10 of what looks to be 12 in the end for our buffer account. And we just use that one because we have sometimes a little bit what I would call overspending, whether that's on groceries or eating out, and it's nice to have that account to just give it a little bit. Now this one got a lot. I can feel it right here. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Chances are we do not need $16, so maybe it'll get to help. Yes, we definitely did not. So that's going to be a big buffer right there. Okay, so this one comes from Doodle Dollars, duck into 2026. We are just shooting for $2 more here. So we can take that. A little preemptive bell ring there, but we already know we're headed that way. So we'll grab that buyback 5. Let's make sure we have our $20, 5, 10, 15, and 20 going to a 2026 challenge. And when we get to the end of the month, the February roundup, we will allocate this into one of our 2 2026 challenges. We can decide then. There's that bell ring, and guess what? This buffer just grew a lot. So we have some more. I bet we're going to complete a couple of things. Okay, so we're going to put this on the bottom because it's now empty. Okay, so $2 for month ahead, which makes me sad because we love to finish the month ahead. And this one, we'll just get one more right now. We'll have to see what we're going to do with that buffer before we make any other decisions. This one comes from Build It Big Budgets. So we are working with a total of $12 so far in this one. It could use a little more love, so it'll be in the running for some of that buffer money over here if we need it. First, we're going to see if we can finish anything. Okay, up next, we got $2 for this one, which is Eating Out. And this one, I believe, yes, only needed $2. So this one comes from Rainy Day April. We are just going to mark off our little croissant here, and we are all done with this one. And let's see how much we saved. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 32, 33, and 34. Wow, that's a pretty good save. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 32, 33, and 34. $34. Wow. We could use it. Like I said, that eating out fund is always depleted. Always. So get to a point where we can put a little more budgeted towards it in the future when we get some of this debt paid off. But for now, it's nice to be able to have these. Okay, so $34 and another completed challenge from Rainy Day April. We'll put that one at the bottom. Okay, up next is our debt payment. So we use this for an additional debt payment at the end of the month. $2, $3, $4, $5, and $6. Let's see what we have in here. Ooh, this one's one of mine. It's a new one that's in my shop. And what did I say? I think it was $6. Yeah, $6. So let's go ahead and take care of 2 more of these 3s here because they're the big ones. I like to get rid of the big ones first. This one is super cute. It's just a digital download individual in my Etsy shop. It says I'm not a bookworm, I'm a book dragon. And I absolutely am. So if you can relate, I'm going to go grab that one. Okay, so $6. I took a buyback 5 there. And so far for the book dragon, which is going to debt, we got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, and $14. Got a little ways to go on that one. Okay, and then the last one is our celebrations binder. We use this one at the end of the month as well to save for birthdays and holidays that require gifts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So a big winner there. Let's see what we have. $10, and this one's one of mine in my shop as well. I love you very much. And we made the hearts worth 1 too, so we can just cross off 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we only lack 4 on this one. We're going to go back through here in just a second and see what we want to do with that buffer, that little bit extra that we have. All right, so there's that and another 5. So we are adding 10 for a total of 16 so far. Wonderful. Okay, so we only need 4 to complete that one. We need quite a bit on this one. This is our book dragon. Month ahead also needs quite a bit. So our buffer only needs 2. What do we say that we go ahead and finish this one off? This cute little hedgehog and hearts. Let's do 2 more hearts here and grab $2 from our buffer. And we now have $12. So I can mark that here right in the middle. And get a little paper clip, and we will have another completed challenge, which means we get to ring that bell one more time. All right, there's another one. We'll put that one at the bottom there. All right, self-care. What did we need there? We only needed 5 for this one, and we're finished with these. So we are getting down to a couple of different options here. So what was it? Celebrations needed? Just needed 4. So let's start with that. Let's go in order of the smallest to the largest. Okay, so we only needed 4. So we can grab 1, 2, 3, and 4 from our buffer here. And go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we'll count it up to see how much we have. And we will have another completed challenge. Wow, I wasn't really expecting to complete this many today. But it sure is nice. Okay, so $5, $10, $15, and $20 for Celebrations binder. Get that marked off there. Paper clip it up and ring that bell. Okay, down to the bottom. We're gonna have to refill this binder. Okay, so then what's left are some larger ones. And what do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe is what we needed for self-care. Sure enough, our little capybara here just needed 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to grab that 5 out of that buffer and another buyback 5. And we have a total of another $20 saved today. $20 for self-care. That's wonderful. Thank you, Becca Cam Budget, for the cute little challenge. Get another paper clip. I'm going to run on paper clips. And ring that bell. Okay, and down to the bottom. Okay, so now we are down to just these 2, month ahead in debt, and we have $4 extra here that we can put towards something. This one still needs quite a bit, and I would hate for it to not get, both of them are great to have finished by the end of the month because we like to do the boost of the month ahead binder, and we definitely love to make a debt payment, but I'm going to go ahead and go with month ahead and do 2 more here because it didn't get much love when it went through its first run. So $4 extra going in. Oop, there it is. 2 month ahead. And let's go ahead and I'm out of buyback 5s, but that's why it's great to have a prop bank over here. So we have $16 so far towards month ahead, and we've still got a little ways to go. So we can hope that the dice is going to be nicer next week because next week will be our last chance to complete for February. Okay, so that means these are the only 2 that even still have challenges. We have completed all of these. I will refill those before next week, so we will have new challenges. And let me get the binder and put it away. And then like I said, I will get new challenges all ready to go. Share those with you next week. Okay, so that can go away. And then let's take a peek here at what we completed from this binder this week. We got from Bookish Mama Budgets $30 for Little Birds. We got $20 from Doodle Dollars. We got $34 from Rainy Day April. We've got $12 from Planned with Love. And then $20 from mine. my challenge, and then $20 from Becca Can Budget. So a total of 6 completed challenges. That's amazing. Yay. Okay, so 6 completed challenges. Wow. And we're going to get our Save to Sync folder out here and add these in to that. It's getting a little bit thicker. We got one more week of savings and a couple of other things this week as well. So we'll see how much more progress we make in there. We're going to reset here. We're going to take these. And the last thing we need to take care of then is our s'mores binder. And if you remember last week, we were getting very close, very, very close on finishing this out. So we've been kind of finishing out the whole binder before we add another. So let me tell you a little bit about why. Normally have $15 to go here. We needed $16 to complete this binder out, and I had some extra left over from another challenge that we're not going to need. So I went ahead and pulled $16. So not to ruin the fun, but it looks like we're going to get very close because we have completed 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we still have some on 5. We've completed 6, 7, 8, and then we have some on 9 and 10. So basically we have 3 challenges left. And I know it makes it a little bit less fun to do it this way because we don't have our cards. But I thought for the sake of just making it simpler and not making us go through all the skipping here, that we would just go through, we would find our challenges and wrap them up. Okay, so we have from our category number 5 with budgeting with a ginger, we are working on our second and third here. So that means we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 550. 550 over all of this. So 5, give that there. Hang with me. I've got a plan. Hang with me. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and cross all of these off. And the way we'll know that we did this right at the end is whenever we go ahead and cash this out. We should have enough money between this stack and our bank in the back to know that we have pulled enough money aside to finish all these. So each one of these cards is $4. So we are pulling a total of 12 for this one. Let's see what we have back here in our bank. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put this money back here in the bank like we normally do. All right. So we are going to pull 1 and 2. And do we have a 10? Do we have a 10? We do. Okay. So total of $12 here for budgeting with a ginger, which is allocated to a debt payment. So that's an extra $12 going towards a debt payment. And we love to see it. Love to see it. $12 all in all completed here. So let's get another paper clip. Seriously gonna run out of paper clips for this video. And let's ring that bell. Okay, and then I will set that aside. Okay, so with that we have then finished up number 5, and we can flip that around, and I will refill this or decide what we're gonna do next week to fill this gap. All right, number 9 comes from CBA Mom Saves. It also needed quite a bit to go. So let's see, what do we have here? It looks like it was 6 for this one and 6 for this one. So this one will also be worth 12 once it's all completed. So let me color all those in. We don't have to be perfect. So each one of these circles is 50 cents. And we now know we have a total of 12. So we're going to write that there, and then we're going to pull that $12 out of the bank. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there's another 5. So 12. Okay. So our bank is almost empty, but we should have the right amount. unless I did the math wrong, but $5, $10, $11, and $12, and this is allocated to debt as well. So there you go, right there. That's a $24 extra payment towards debt just from those two alone. We'll ring that bell again. Again, that one comes from CBA Mom Saves, and we can now flip number 9 around, and we have completed that one. Okay, and then the last one here comes from Becca Kim Budget. It is a total of $10, so we're going to go ahead and color in. Well, first we're going to make sure we have $10 in our bank, so that make sure I didn't miscount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. I'm actually going to trade this in for a 10. All right, so we did have $10 in our bank left. So we did bring the right amount to finish up the s'mores binder. We're going to color in all these cute little hearts. And then we're going to flip it over and we're going to remind ourselves what this one is allocated for. My hearts are leaving something to be desired here. All right, let's check it out. Okay, this one's going to the 2026 box challenge, or really any 2026 challenge we need to work towards this month, but it probably will be the 2026 box challenge. Okay, so another $10 going to that. And with that, we have completed the s'mores box challenge, or the s'mores challenge, once again. So now what I needed to decide is whether I'm going to use this particular challenge again and refill it before next week, or if I'm going to bring something new. I guess you'll just have to wait to find out what I decide. But we have completed the s'mores challenge as of the 3rd week of February, and in doing so, we completed 3 more challenges. So another yay! 2 of which are going to debt, and 1 is going to 2026 box challenge. So that is fantastic. We're going to go ahead and add these 3 new challenges into our Save to Sync. Now it's starting to get a little bit thicker. As you can see, we're going to be adding all of those up during our February roundup at the end of the month. Okay, so with that, we have wrapped up all of our business of our mini Mondays. We took care of our month ahead, we did our mini binder, and we've wrapped up and totally finished the s'mores binder. So I'm loving that s'mores book. I'm wondering if maybe it's time to bring in something just a little bit different, and I've got a couple of ideas. So we'll just have to see next week what comes in its place. All right. I hope y'all have a rest of your Monday is fantastic, and I hope the rest of your week is great as well. Our next video will be our Tiny Tuesdays. If you have watched this far, thank you, thank you, thank you. Leave me a like and a comment down below if you wouldn't mind. Let me know you're watching. And if you haven't and you're thinking about it, please consider subscribing. We are working to get to 1,000 subscribers. We are very close to 900. I have a really awesome freebie ready to go. It's going to be completely different than anything else I have released so far. So I'm very excited to release the 900 subscriber freebie. So if you haven't subscribed, please be thinking about doing that. That would be super awesome. We'd love to have you along for the journey. Okay, I'm going to let you go. Have a great Monday evening if this is when you're watching it, and a great week, and I will see you in the next one.